right? So if you don't have this exact thing, that's okay, right? I think you guys have the tools now to play around with different if and else statements. So I want to go over that. I want to see, and then there's another example very briefly. So they have an example here as well where they ask you for the age. So if you guys remember inputs, right? What you can do is you can ask somebody for an input and then check that input, right? So this, all of what we're saying kind of it fits neatly into what we've already covered regarding variables. Okay, cool. Now let's go over to kind of the nested structure, right? So in the examples that I've had before, they were just one if statement, even if um, the statement could be long, right? You could have a very long, complex statement here, but we just had one if statement, right? So let's do an example if we had nested if statements without else first. So let's do if x is greater than 10, greater than or equal to 10. And then I'm also going to say something, statement one is true here. And then, so something to note, and this is where we start learning more about Python's kind of style and structure. It's this concept called scope, right? If you have an if statement, you want to let the computer know or Python know that this belongs to the if statement. That this is not part of the main code. So if I have it like this, it's going to give me an error. Expected indented block after the if statement because um, we want to show that this statement is related to this statement and not something that's separate. So why do we need that there? So and let me give you an example here. If we have it like this, right? And then we have something like this will always be printed no matter what. Okay. So the flow of the code, it's going to just go to the first, essentially the first indentation layer, which is just the x equal to 10, y is equal to 14, et cetera, et cetera. This is in the first layer, so it runs the if statement. Then when it runs the if statement, it's basically inside the second indentation block here. Then it runs this. Then afterwards, Python knows that this is not part of this if statement because it's not indented. Therefore, this statement will always print. So this is an example for fx is greater than or equal to 10. So I'm just going to make this 9 to show that the second statement will always print. Okay. Now, if x is equal to 10, both will print. It will check this statement, print statement one is true, and then it will be, okay, we don't see any other code here in the second indentation. So we're going to go back to the first layer of code, which is in here, right? This first indentation, right? Think of it as you're going inside a like code within another code block, right? And the rules you have within this code block are only true within that code block. So I can also do more statements here, statement one is still true. And it will know that it's still part of the if statement. I don't have to like write another if statement for it to do it because it's still part of the same block. So indentations have